back a little bit. This is Buzz Lightyear. This is Sheriff Woody. Now, Sheriff Woody is #1 toy to Andy, but when he gets Buzz Lightyear as a gift, Andy's affection turns to Buzz Lightyear, and it's a pretty cool toy. You know, he can fly, he can do all sorts of things that a cowboy, Sheriff Woody, cannot do. But that causes a problem, and you can go back full screen on me, Aaron. That causes a problem within the social order of toys. If you can perceive at all that there is a social order, and there is. The film, if you have not seen, this is another one I recommend. It is just absolutely fun. And don't blow these animated films off as kids' flicks. These are really quite adult, and you need to have more of an adult experience to understand everything that's there. So we're going to take this to a sequence that's pretty well into the film, and it's specifically chapter 23 out of 30 chapters, and it's in the chapter, Buzz, I Can't Do This Without You. And at this moment, it's going to open up with an outside shot. I guess it's going to take over right away. An outside shot of Sid's house. And Sid is a real jerky kid who likes to kill things, especially toys. Is it up there? Okay, I keep looking on here. And Woody is stuck in a box, and he needs Buzz's help to get out of the box. But Sheriff Woody, Buzz Lightyear, has learned just before this point that he's not a real space ranger, he's a toy. He was watching television in this kid's house and discovered that he isn't really what he thinks he is. Now, the pictorial stuff here, no, I don't want you to do that. The imagery is what I want you to capture and relate it to the needs that we're talking about or have been talking about. What did I say? 23. Okay, it's this one, and you can see in that image that Sheriff Woody is in the little plastic box, and the box is inverted. So, and it's got a heavy toolbox on top of it, so he cannot push the box up to get out. So he's there, listen to the words. Now remember, Buzz Lightyear has been told he's a toy. Up to this point, Buzz Lightyear thought he was a magnificent flying space ranger. Watch what happens. If you want a visual image of a dysfunctional kid, just play those sections. Now, I'm sorry about the French. I don't know how that happened. I was pushing buttons in the dark. I guess I'll never do that again. Do we agree that at the beginning of this, Buzz Lightyear was really in a funk with low self-esteem? It's because he had learned from an outside source, external source, that he's a toy. Now, what happened during the interaction between Sheriff Woody and Buzz in that room? Well, they were pretty close before that. They did bond even more as a result of the interaction, but well, let me go to the end of it. Did there appear to be a change in Buzz Lightyear's self-perception and how he felt? There's no question about that. Okay. Why?
Because, Woody started to get down on himself.
Yeah, he got down on himself, but before he got down on himself, he did something else.
He motivated.
He motivated Buzz Lightyear, but how? And what did he specifically do that's related to what we talked about
He
today?
built his self-esteem up, but kind of destroyed his own. And
He was commenting on all the positive things about Buzz Lightyear. You make that whoosh sound with your helmet. You can fly. You do all sorts of things that kids like. And then he starts to turn on himself. You know, he begins to pull himself down. Sheriff Woody does. And his esteem goes down. Now, at the beginning of the scene, Sheriff Woody's self-esteem is fairly high. But he's stuck, and he can't get out on his own. He can't push that box without the help of Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear is sitting in a slump with low self-esteem until Sheriff Woody builds it up, at which time, unknown to Sheriff Woody, Buzz is up on top of the table starting to work at pushing the toolbox. And then the whole thing changes, and at the end, both of them have high self-esteem. I didn't comment on the moving van. That's coming to move the family to another city, and they get involved in it, and all sorts of neat things happen. Yeah, he says various things about the whoosh sound, you are a cool toy, etc. And then what's going to happen after that, by the way, is that what is the kid's name? Sid. He has the rocket attached to Sheriff Woody, and he wants to fire him up into the sky. It turns out that that doesn't happen. Okay.